we're gonna talk about rejection. I'm gonna give you two stories about rejection in life, right? And the first one, I'm a huge Buffalo Bills fan, but think about Josh Allen, okay, current MVP of the NFL, okay, and arguably could have won it a few times. Like arguably, he was in the running. He was in the top three, probably every year for the past 4 years, and he finally won it this year, right? But that's not the rejection I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the rejection of not getting it those first 3 years because it was he was up there with in the finalists, right? And so he wasn't being rejected for doing an amazing work. Where he was rejected was out of high school. Okay, he had a dream. He was passionate about his dream to play football, right? And no college picked him up. Not one single college picked him up. He came from Fireball, California. Who's ever heard of that place? I hadn't heard of it until Josh Allen, right? Now a lot of people have heard of that place because of Josh Allen. But I think the town had 500 people. It was a farming town. Nobody looked at that town as where someone great is going to come out of there, right? So we got no Division One offers, no Division Two off, nothing, nothing. So he took high school clips and put them all together, and he sent off an email to over 1,000 programs in the United States, trying to get accepted to one program to continue his dream of pursuing to be an NFL quarterback, and not just like his goal was to become an NFL quarterback. Did he did he imagine himself winning MVP? Maybe, but at the time he was just I need to keep the dream alive. And so community college actually picked him up. A community college not far from his home picked him up, and he played there for 2 years. And he did such a great job in those 2 years that I think a Division Two, maybe Division Three team picked him up. Wyoming? They're not a Division One team. They're not a top tier team. They're not in the Sec 10 or whatever. All those things. Listen, guys, I'm from Canada. I don't know all your college things down there, but what I know is Wyoming is in a top 50 team for sure. Maybe top 100, maybe top 150. But he finally got picked up by Wyoming after 2 years, and they won a bowl. I don't know what bowl it was because people only care about the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowls, and those big bowls. They're not worried about the the Turkey Bowl or whatever it is. You know what I mean? These weird names. Have you heard some of these names? Man, I should have pulled them up. I should have pulled up some of these names of these bowls. But anyways, he goes and the one he won, it had a weird name too, if I'm not mistaken. But he ends up going to Wyoming, and but he gets on the Buffalo Bills radar, and not sure why. Yeah, he was good in Wyoming, but it wasn't a division. You look at Tom Brady. Brady played for Michigan and got drafted in the sixth overall, right? Like round, not sixth overall, sixth round. Like so, whatever that works out to be, 180, 100, 200, right? But Josh Allen gets picked up number I think seventh overall in the draft by the Buffalo Bills, and it was like, what did they see in him? They seen a guy who had heart, a guy who had passion, a guy who wanted to win, would do anything to win, and fit their program. He fit their program. But even when he got drafted, all the critics were saying, "Man, there were better quarterbacks that they could have picked." There was this guy named Josh Rosen, who they should have. Buffalo should have picked before they picked Josh Allen. And I just find it like his name, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, pretty close, right? Um, but yeah, and you can't teach accuracy. You can't do this. You can't do that. But guess what? 7 years later, he's NFL MVP. Arguably could have won it two or three other times as well. He's in the running every year for, the Buffalo Bills are in the running for Super Bowl contenders every year. Um, God willing, I know God doesn't change the outcome of seasons and stuff like that, but God willing, the Bills will win the Super Bowl this year finally for us Buffalo Bills fans. But, you know, that he was a guy who was rejected, right? He was rejected by all these schools and said, no, I know who I am. Do you know who you are?